What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today I want to talk to you about Lucid. I want to give you a very quick overview of what the hell is happening with Lucid, go over some of the data points and everything else that you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. Starting off, Lucid is down 6.2%, a fair amount of volume. So 37.8 million shares being traded, 33.9 is the average. Even though this number is fairly misleading because majority of the volume being done today is linked to algorithmic trading as well as shorting. So you're not seeing that much coming from institutions. So far, only 4 transactions above $100,000 have occurred on the secondary market. So big money. This is a kind of a 180 from what they have been over the last several trading days. So yeah, it really sucks in that regard, but it is what it is. There hasn't been any official news from Lucid whatsoever today, no SEC filings. And just so you're aware, I did have some kind of interesting dumb comments in the past saying that I was omitting this news. So this news, which came out July the 16th, just for you guys to be aware, this was already announced during the Evercore Summit. So it's already known information. Peter already said that. So yeah, again, you guys do your own due diligence. If you see this justified to buy, then go have at it, do what you need to do. But right now there's been a lot of volatility. So starting off, as soon as the market did open, you had more of a controlled downtrend. This had to do more so with this right here. So initial jobless claims came in a little bit hotter than anticipated at the time of when this did come out. Didn't really affect the futures all that much. But once the market did open, clearly it took a toll on the market, and it kind of goes to show that the market is normal once again, at least momentarily, because this is relatively bad data. So as a byproduct, the market is kind of reacting in a negative way, but it hasn't really affected this. So the optimism associated to the September 18th cuts, so still a 93.5% likelihood of a 25 basis point cut. It did affect the November 7th meeting though. So it went from around a 63 now to a 54.4% likelihood of a 25 basis point cut. So definitely not the best, but it is what it is. Shorts are kind of pouncing all over Lucid, as well as just because of the negativity in the market and the pullback. So currently increasing around 1.04 million shares. That is net. 27.5% of the free floats being shorted, works out to be 243.55 million shares overall are being shorted. Utilization 21.28, and then utilization or cost to borrow is 21.28. Utilization is 90.56. So let me know your thoughts on that in the comments below. No real news for any analysts, so no new ratings, anything like that. And I'll do a dedicated video closer to Lucid's earnings, just on some expectations. Some analysts have become a little bit more optimistic for the revenue, so they've kind of upped their, revised their estimates for the revenue, so that could be somewhat positive. We'll just have to wait and see. Right now Logan is kind of speaking, so in my opinion that's one thing that's really prompted this pull back right now across the broader market. So kind of a double punch today essentially, but you do see, looking at the options, 947,000 in calls, 1.67 million in puts. 60% of all the options being done so far are bearish, and it's clearly correlated around that $4 strike price. So clearly bigger entities out there do feel that Lucid is not going to be above $4. So again, just something to keep in mind. Looking right here, this is the current calls that are being purchased. More so between that 350 and 4 is anticipated, and then looking at puts, more so sub 350. So something to keep in mind. This is the current open interest. So 8,000 at that 3, 12,000 at that 350, and then 20,000 at that 4. So no doubtably you're going to have market makers as well as shorts possibly trying to suppress Lucid below that 350 mark come tomorrow. So just anticipate shorts to be very, very active. And as of right now, with it at $3.58, it is trading between this S1 and the pivot. So $3.84 is going to be the next strong resistance slash target, which it did bounce off of for today. So it bounced off of this pivot point. And then $3.31 is going to be the next strong support, which isn't even being touched whatsoever today. So let me know your thoughts on that in the comments below. So I think generally Lucid was somewhat optimistic over this last little bit, just really failing to get above this R1. So it all comes down to technicals, because you have to factor in that there's been a lot of speculation on Lucid that really has driven it higher. Whether it's justified or not, I would say somewhat yes, no. Clearly, as I've mentioned, a lot of things signal that Lucid's upcoming earnings are going to be very, very good, but nothing concrete from the company itself. So it's just kind of stuck in limbo. Looking on the actual chart, you see it's still consolidating, higher percentile of the boiling band as well. Stochastic, you do see a bearish deviation, so red line above the white, plus it is at 69. A number of retail investors are getting out, and whether it be just locking in profits or just anticipating more of a further breakdown, I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on that, and if you're one of those individuals that is, for instance, selling, let me know why. Do you anticipate more pullback, or do you think that something bigger is happening across the market? Because you do see a lot of people starting to talk on a broader rotation happening in the broader market, such as towards more housing and just liquid stocks rather than AI, ADRs and stuff like that. So there's a lot of stocks that is essentially getting pulled down with the broader market, and plus potential China and US kind of trade deals is once again kind of on the table, and that never really works out for any EVs. So let me know your thoughts on Lucid. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. And as I always say, take advantage of this promo. Simply sign up for a new account, throw $100 at it, and they give you 5 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.